Hello Libras, this is your tarot reading for the dates of July 23rd through July 29th. Welcome back all subscribers. Hello new viewers. We have a wonderful reading in store. We have pulled, we're using, during Virtue and Radley Valentine's, Fairy Tarot card deck. And with that, we have pulled the Knight of Cups card, and this gentleman reminds me of somebody who, oh, here we go, pulled up the Prince of Summer card. And this is a person that he is in love with love himself. He might be a knight in shining armor. He might be, for all intents and purposes, look good, but he might not be your mock-up, meaning he's going to be there for the long run, that he doesn't have a wandering eye. So have your awareness. So since you're releasing this, you're probably all already aware of it. And by pulling the release card, this might speak to us of divorced individuals, so they do know about this person's wandering eye. Here we have a fairy, and she's bedecked in peacock feathers, and she has a white bouquet of roses, which speaks of purity and immortality. She is crossed by the Nine of Wands card. And here we have a fairy. She's safeguarding these newly bloomed daffodils. Along with her, she has ladybugs, and they are in solidarity to protect these beautiful ladybugs. This is the kind of person that is around you in the environment. They could be an environmentalist. They safeguard endangered species. They like, good food sources, organic foods, that kind of thing. Those are their pet projects. They protect their pet projects. Yeah, so it's a person who keeps an eye out and protects their creations, the Nine of Wands. And then the release card, let's talk a little bit more about that. It feels like it's the end of the world, but it's not. It's actually a repurposing or redirection in your life. You've been reborn. You feel like you've been reborn. It's a time to actually, maybe you've just kicked the kids out of the, you're the empty nest syndrome, but now you get to do whatever you wanted to do. So you feel reborn. Life holds new meaning. That's what's going on in this card. And then in your near future, you have the Sun card. And whenever you pull the Sun card, wonderful card to pull. Here we have a fairy riding a unicorn, and the sunflowers at his feet speak about happiness and fulfillment. The unicorn is purity, and learned recently that in some art renderings that symbolizes Jesus, so that's kind of cool too. But the sun is in your near future, so things look bright. You have a reason to be optimistic. Everything looks bright. If you stay optimistic, all your creations, all your plans will jettison, everything will thrive, but you need to stay optimistic. Yeah, and count your blessings. Count your blessings. Very important. The Seven of Summer card, Libras, are kind of vacillators. They have a hard time making choices, so they can turn into procrastination. You're advised here not to procrastinate. And this is in your future position. The fairy here is using the sunlight. He's through a prism. He directs sunlight through a prism onto white roses, which indicate he's of purity of thought. But that there's many choices. So you need to narrow down your choices. Please don't procrastinate about narrowing your choices. Maybe your projects were held up, but now is the time to act. If we don't think we have what it takes, then sometimes life chooses for us. You don't want to miss an opportunity basically because you procrastinated and didn't move up into higher gear. So if you're having a difficulty making a choice, take a walking meditation, have the Supreme Being kind of gently with his Tinkerbell, the fairies, guide you and narrow down your choices and tell you what he thinks, she thinks is the best thing to do. Yeah, confusion that comes from over analyzing too much. Maybe you need the input of a trusted friend or spiritual counselor to help you get organized or propel you in the right direction. And then, okay, we spoke about that. The Five of Summer. Five of Summer card talks about, here we have an angel, and she wants just to get away. So maybe you want to avoid your responsibilities. You really don't want to make that choice, but you feel maybe you've procrastinated. So instead of just rushing off and making a bad decision, reflection here. Remember, if you don't feel like you have the right information, that you need perspective, ask a trusted friend, spiritual counselor, to help advise you in the right direction that you need to go. Yeah, and another thing is trust that things work out the way they do. Sometimes they don't work out the way that you wanted to, but trust that there's always, look for the silver lining. Don't get bogged down in regret. Don't start running negativity. Just know that things happen for a reason and that your good is coming to you in the future. And thanks so much, Libras, for being so attentive. I really enjoy working with you. Until next time, I wish you much light and love. Bye-bye for now. Mwah.